Everyone, welcome back to Real Talk. Today we're going to be talking about real estate, real life, real fun, and real conversations. Once again, Jamie Martin, our business manager here at KPG. She's very excited to be here today, right, Jamie?
Definitely.
And Ritchie, who's always excited to be on Real Talk.
Ritchie
Movilla, right? Excited about everything. I think Eric was more hyper today than you, though, Ritchie.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I actually asked him to stop talking like 3 times.
When you got two people at once, it's just too much.
Oh, my God. I was like, too much caffeine for you, Eric. So if you haven't heard, we're hiring at KPG. So that's why we're here today. But I also was thinking a lot about it, and I have a list. So 3 words I'm sick of when it comes to hiring agents are, we have leads, check out our culture, and we have support for you. Mm-hmm. I feel that it's so overplayed, even though it's true.
But it's true.
They all have that, though. Everyone has that.
Anyone can do culture. A lot of teams have great support.
Well,
True.
Anyone can do it, but do they do it?
I agree with you.
Or do it well.
All right. And we are Zillow Flex partners, if you haven't heard that. So we definitely have the leads. Yes. We have tons of buyers.
I say too many leads sometimes.
We have too many leads. So we are hiring, but today I have a list, and it's a long list of everything we're going to talk about. So bear with me. Fun, celebrations, our guidance, training, hanging out, our staff, goals, Ritchie, accountability, our client appreciation, our lunch table, podcast table, working hard and playing hard, our university, our transaction coordinator, and mentorship.
Wow.
So those are the words I really want to talk about. Now, you thought this was a long list.
It is a long list.
But it's true. Yeah. So, Ritchie.
Yes.
You had 6 closings in about a 2-week period. Mm-hmm. We thought it was going to be 7.
Almost
we did
there.
say 7. Sorry, on a video.
Something
One
happened.
property did not close yet, but it's going to close.
My bad.
Yes. No, it's not your bad. Everything happens. Everything does close. So the average realtor, once again, sells 3.5 homes a year. You're at how many for the year?
24.
24. So that's incredible. Congratulations. Very
Thank
proud
you.
of you.
Consistency,
You rock.
guys.
Consistency, yes. Hard work, right?
Dedication. Motivation.
Yes. Yes. And also a new bathroom to pay for, right? And
I mean,
trips. Yeah.
Mostly
Trips and
pay for the
bathrooms.
trips that we had. That's
Wait,
what it is.
Are you guys finally redoing the bathroom?
Well, I don't want to talk about it.
We are going to talk about that,
I got
actually.
excited. I was like, wait, what's happening?
no.
You don't know about this.
You're going to have to bite your tongue with words.
Oh, no.
You can't even imagine what he did. I told him not to, but we're going to talk about that.
Jeez.
All
Nobody
right.
knows.
So let's talk about fun and celebrations.
Okay.
So I know that I try very hard to make agents on this team feel special.
Yep.
So Ritchie, you talk about the celebrations that we do.
Well, every time that you do something successful, Karen is the first one to congratulate you on. But on top of that, she also has contests on the team. I think when I started 5 years ago, I won the first contest. It was just me and Charlie. But I was so excited to win this trip to New York City. I was like, I've never had a job where they really celebrated your success or your hard work. And that meant a lot to me. And it was funny enough, it was the first time I ever spent a night in New York City. But we have opportunities to be agent of the month.
Yep.
Where Karen take you out to dinner. Nice dinners too. We have agent of the year where you can win trips away. I actually won a trip away this year that I put it towards Aruba. I mean, there's this. If you're gonna work hard, Karen wants to celebrate that.
Yeah.
And you need some R&R too.
Yeah.
On top of that.
And we have $1 Million Club.
$1 Million
Club,
lunch.
yeah.
That can be multiple winners. So whoever hits $1 million or more in a month gets taken out for $1 million lunch.
Sometimes that turns into $1 million
all day.
drinks and dinner, which is always
or
a problem.
bowling when you're not here.
I was going to say, we're doing activities now.
Yeah, so it came up that people, instead of going out for lunch, kind of want to do things, which makes sense.
Yeah.
We went to Pinstripes in Garden State Plaza.
Yeah, so it looked like fun.
You were away, sorry. It was so much fun. That place is beautiful. I want to steal half the furniture in there.
So beautiful.
Yeah, and the food was good.
And I'm not a bowler, but
I did pretty good. Not really.
On the second game, though, I was like, all right, I'm done with this. Can I just hang out and have my drink?
Yeah, have a drink and hang out. So I feel it's very important to celebrate the success.
Yes.
And we also do contests based on not just number one, being number one at something, but improvement on something. So everybody has the chance, and that's a really big button of yours.
It's like I personally, everyone's at different levels. Everyone has different time commitments and whatnot. So I love doing a competition where it's actually a competition against yourself, right? So anyone can win it because you're really just trying to improve yourself. And isn't that really, in the end, the ultimate goal?
Absolutely. And that is a lot of fun. I mean, we definitely have fun. So I want to talk to you about the staff, Ritchie. I mean, obviously Jamie's on the staff. She also does sell.
Let's talk about
Let's talk about
She's sitting in the same room, exactly. Guys.
But let's talk about, why do you think our staff works? And I mean, I think it works. What do you think is, like, name 3 things, and we did not talk about this obviously because we're rambling.
I'm scared.
Name 3 things that you really love about each person. So let's start with Laura. What's the best thing about Laura for staff-wise?
Laura, the best thing about her is, and it's the first, it's when I first started real estate. She was the kick in the behind that I needed to make sure that I knew how to write contracts. Because I didn't know how to do it. She was like, this is your business and you need to take it serious. You need to learn how to do this stuff. And I was making excuses. I was like, I don't have time. I'm going out showing, or I'm busy. And I was like, no, you're right. This is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Do you think it's the attorney review process she handles for you?
Oh, the best part about Laura,
like, what
is, there's so much paperwork in the back end that for the last 5 years in real estate, I have no idea how to do.
I know, isn't that great? I have no idea how
to do any of this.
I mean, we could survive.
I mean, we'll figure it out. Yeah.
It would be a shit show, but we can survive.
It definitely takes time off my plate.
So much time.
And yeah, I've had other agents that I've known. They're like, oh, how do you submit this document? I was like, you're asking the wrong person.
Yeah, just
Laura
sell.
would be able to help you.
Just sell the house.
Yeah. And she's always in a great mood. Always starts our day off with the weather.
Yeah.
And how it's going to be beautiful.
Yeah.
I remember the other day we were just sitting in her office going over something. I don't even know what it was. And she jumped up, screamed at the top of her lungs because she saw an eagle fly by. So she's very in tune with nature.
She is Mother Nature. That's what we should call her. Definitely.
She scared the bejesus out of me, and we ran across the whole building to try to see if we could see this eagle or bird or whatever.
Yeah, don't kill a bug in front of Laura. She will not be happy.
Yeah. So.
All right. So
Sue is probably one of the best listeners I've ever encountered in my entire life.
That's why she's good at customer service.
Sue might be our office therapist.
Yeah, office therapist. She just sits there and listens to you, and just like, if I need to vent about something, I was like, if she's not in the office and I need to vent, I'm like upset. I'll wait for her to get in. Like, finally, you're here.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, always in a good mood. Nothing negative to say all the time.
And very helpful.
Very helpful.
Deborah,
she does all the muscle work that we need to do.
She's a doer.
Big time doer, big time planner. If we have like a sign that needs to get put in the ground, and I can't make it or do it, she puts it in there for us, drops off all the deliveries. I got a text message from my clients the other day, said, oh, thank you so much for, all the candies. And I was like, you're welcome.
You didn't know anything about it.
You're like, why didn't you text us that you were here? Yeah. Like a ninja in the night. And I was like, it's actually Deborah that does that. But it made their day. So yeah, definitely helpful that she's here.
And we all know why we love Jamie.
Because I'm awesome.
Because you're awesome.
Jamie's awesome.
Yes. Just because she's here.
Because she's here.
No, that's true. That is the truth, though. So, Jamie, training. So let's talk about training, university. That does come down to support.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And a lot of, we have an agent that works on our team now that had gone someplace else, and they were completely like, oh my God, there's no training. You guys do have training. You show us what you have, and you do what you have. Mm-hmm. So talk about the university and training.
Yeah, we actually have a couple agents now that were working at other places and came to us because, as a new agent, it's very hard to get your start. And a lot of places may promote that they're offering some kind of training or, mentorship or whatnot, but they're not always 100%. So we have a couple agents that did come to us from either other teams or just independent agents. Because, it's a really hard place to get a start. We had one agent that, really thought he was going to go somewhere else. And then at the last minute kind of pulled back and came over here because he was like, it wasn't what I was expecting. Right. So, I think the thing that's important to know is like, we promote our training because we really have a whole system in place, and everything that we have in place was done in-house, based on what we feel every agent needs to get their start.
Correct, to be successful.
Yeah, and then from there, we had it today. We have spaghetti and meatballs. This is our training class every single week. So we want to make sure agents continue to learn and grow and develop, and we share ideas. So I think the important part is we're not only going to help you, get your feet on the ground when you start, but we're going to keep making sure that you're growing as you go, because 5 years in, still learning stuff. I'm pretty sure Ritchie would say the same thing.
Every day you learn, especially in this business.
Always new transactions and always weird things happening. And, the market changes constantly, and you have to be adaptable and willing to grow. So that's kind of what we try to, foster in-house.
Yeah. So today we had an agent who's probably going to be joining our team come to our spaghetti meatball training every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. If you want to come, stop in and check it out.
We don't have spaghetti meatballs.
We don't have spaghetti meatballs. Every once in a while we do.
Yeah.
But it's a combination of great ideas, like the recipe of spaghetti meatballs, read a business article. That's why it's called that. And she was blown away by our training. Well, what were her words, Jamie?
I thought what was interesting that she said was something along the lines of kind of what I just said, but that a lot of places say it, but it was great to be, in person and really get to witness an open book, essentially is what she said, an open book view of what goes on behind the scenes, because she hasn't joined us yet. And, she's working on getting her license. So she's in that process, and she enjoyed being able to see what it would really be like to be an agent on the team here and, how we do.
She said it kind of sealed the deal for her.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
It made her real. And today was a little louder and animated.
I mean, I don't know about that. We're always pretty loud between all of us.
Yeah.
But it was kind of, there was maybe it was a little chaotic in our scripting. So sometimes I can be, no, that's not right. Let's start over, go to the next person. So I think, she was laughing a lot. So I guess she found us funny, or she found us to be freaks.
She actually said that too, Ritchie. She said, part of the open book, she said, I feel like I got to see the culture too. And it made me feel like I could fit in.
That's right. Yes.
In the team here.
Yeah.
Which is important too, because you want to, you're around your work people so much, you want to feel like you're in a good environment.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's where the culture that you don't want to talk about.
Even
but it is culture. But culture is such a stupid word, because it's a great word. It's
it's a played out word.
It's overplayed.
Yeah, it's played out.
But let's talk about our culture.
But
so Ritchie, we've talked about, this is our lunch table or our podcast table, whichever one you can call it. And what's your, I've asked you this before, I believe. What is your favorite part of our culture and the team?
I really feel that the best part of a culture is not about the lunches that we have or, the outings that we have. I think it's about how we all unite to help each other.
Okay.
Like if someone has an issue and they're like, oh, we all jump with different solutions. So we can all brainstorm together and come up with the best. You have something here. You should do this, you do that. We're all very excited to give our 2 cents so we can see the other person succeed. And I think that's the best part of our culture, because, there's a lot of doubts and, no one knows, what to do all the time. And to have that support is, I think, the best.
How about you?
I think 2 things. One, kind of playing off what Ritchie said. To me, a big thing is, while I do feel like we have competition on the team and everyone kind of has that nature, I do feel like everyone is very supportive of wanting to see everyone on the team succeed.
Absolutely.
Not
rooting for each other.
Yes. So someone gets a crazy deal accepted or something like that, literally everyone on the team is super happy for them and congratulating them. And it's not that at your throat kind of some sales environments can be.
You're so lucky.
So I feel like that's one thing. And then also just our stupid banter that we
Banter.
have amongst each other.
Yeah. I think the banter is something, I know it's normal, but I don't think it's all that normal. And I think it comes down because we
a different
spend,
level of banter.
It's a lot
like, we're
of
not
banter.
corporate, and that's what you need to understand. It's a different type of banter.
it's a lot of banter.
But one thing I want to say is, like, every time you bring somebody in, like someone new, like, or we interview somebody, I'm like honestly excited for this person to join this team because I know that it could be life changing to some people.
I was going to ask you, that was my next question. So based on, what do you think, I mean, we all know you've bought a house. Why? What is the number one thing that you think you've changed the most in? Does that make sense? Am I asking the right question?
Nah, I don't know what I've changed the most in since I first started, or
or like, and as a person, how do you think you've changed the most since you started?
I would say that I always thought of myself as like a good salesperson, customer service person. But ever since joining the team, I think I made a joke that, like, real estate's like sales, like on steroids or something. It made me that much better of a caring person. Like, you're dealing with families, and I always put myself in their shoes. I've never got to do that at this level. But yeah, I think it made me a all around better person.
So,
I'm
like,
happier person.
with people.
Yeah, empathizing.
Yeah.
My life's a lot happier. In my last career, I didn't really deal with this much happiness. Like, people buying a house is very exciting. The things I did in sales before, it wasn't that exciting. And so I'm living a happier life. That's absolutely for sure. So that's what changed.
Wow. Didn't expect that. How about you?
Times
I mean,
are
I
good,
agree with you there. It is happier.
Yeah.
I
Stressful,
sold things
but
before that I didn't care about. And so
yeah, exactly.
it's a different feeling, knowing that you're helping someone change their life.
Well, we had our client appreciation party. Thank you for everybody that came. Our Halloween spooktacular for families on Friday night. And we had like 45 kids there, all running around. Some of the families that we sold houses to didn't have babies.
Right, yeah.
And now they have like 3 kids. I mean, it's crazy to see the
5
life.
kids.
The life cycle of KPG. And there was one little baby. God bless that little one. So cute. And I was like, could he be the mascot of KPG? His face was so adorable. So it is life.
Yes.
And I think that's really important. So Ritchie, having a great year, working really hard. How do you think accountability and goals, and also, not to sound like this, but my mentorship, because I don't think people really believe that I'm as involved with you guys as much as I am. And I said today on the huddle, I am really like I want it for you and all of you, and I am your biggest cheerleader. And it's not because it grows the business; it's because, like, you're part of KPG. Like, why would I not want that for you?
So goals and accountability. Again, it goes off. I'm very excited that people join this team because I know that it's a great choice. Someone said I'm a fanboy one time, which is true. Like, I speak very highly of this team. If it's not just about joining the team, okay? Like, you can join the team, that's gonna be great. But if you're not following the KPG University or doing the work that you need to do, it's gonna get you nowhere, right? Like, you have to put in the work. And Karen is, you're here. You.
My name's Karen.
You're definitely, you can't just be happy. You get a couple deals and you're like, oh, let me take the foot off the pedal and I'll just coast on these, because that's the time when you need to fill in the space to get more deals. We have one-on-ones weekly, and I think it was years ago when you started it. She's like, in the beginning I thought it was a waste of time, and then it started really improving my business just by having small goals to get to the bigger picture. And then when we finished, it was called Smart back then. We finished a Smart, and she said, what do you think we should do as far as, your growth? And I said, we should bring back Smart. I don't know why I'm saying this, but it's a reminder.
Well, it's awareness.
It's awareness. To keep at it. Don't stop. I would like to say every year of my year since I've been here for the last 5 years has been a great year, because Karen, make sure that I'm consistent in what I do every day. Even the other day, you're like, "Oh, Ritchie, you're the lowest on the board there."
Not on the board.
And the leader,
for transactions, for follow-up boss.
Follow-up bosses. And at first, I brushed it off. I was like, "Oh, I don't even care about it. Whatever. I have the deals I need for the year." But you should bet your top dollar. I was in there today. I was like, how many points can I get for an appointment?
Well, yeah, I was you've had 7 closings, which is incredible, or 24 deals for the year. But right now, based on future business, your future pace, your calls, emails, appointments, you were on the bottom of the leaderboard.
Right.
And that's not going to help you in this quarter, or more importantly, 2025.
Well, the issue was I just wasn't plugging it in. Now I'll just start plugging it in.
Oh, great. Yeah,
Okay,
great.
so-
Perfect. So, but it's important that, and I wasn't rude about it.
No,
I
it was just like
hey, Ritchie,
a little reminder.
just so you know,
Yeah.
let's get those calls and emails going, because I don't want, you always say you have to keep the business level,
Yeah.
because if you have the dips, it's hard to come back from
I think
that.
that's the hardest part of real estate, though.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
because when you get really busy and you have a lot of transactions going on, you're kind of like focused on that.
Keeping
to
everything
make sure
together.
everything closes and, you're helping all your clients through the process.
Yeah.
But then you also have to find some balance to keep building out future
Life.
business.
Absolutely,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
and it's a full package. Like Karen has the one-on-one meetings. Then we have, she encourages everyone to come to the office, even if, rain fell through,
I
the
do
water
not.
comes through.
I do
You
not
encourage
do
it.
well with.
You
people
encourage
working out of
it.
the
I mean, we all do. We have,
Yeah.
We have no ceiling downstairs.
We have no
but
ceiling.
We're here.
The
we're
office
still here
flooded.
because
There's noise and construction everywhere, but we're in the office.
it does work when you're here. I mean, we're having a business planning event that we do every year.
Yeah.
And I think it's at the perfect timing. It's like right when, you're going to go right back to zero in January. And it's just like, okay, don't stop, keep
Yeah.
going. And, everyone
we
wants
have
to take
fun.
breaks. Of course it's fun.
No, we have fun.
Oh, I have fun. I always have fun.
Yeah. So Jamie, you and I do the one-on-ones together.
Yes.
You really run them. I just sit there and ask questions and maybe say something I shouldn't
in
say.
randomly.
I pop in randomly, and she's like, "Karen, you're on the wrong. It's not the section. Wait for your turn, Karen." So we go over their systems for Zillow, Flex, to make sure that we're on point with Zillow.
Yep.
We go over their FUB.
Yep.
To make sure that everything is being maintained, what they can improve.
Bob is our CRM.
Yeah,
For anyone
right.
that doesn't
Yes.
know.
Sometimes it might sound silly, but, we're not reinventing the wheel. Like, this is
No,
what we need
just-
to do every
yeah.
single day.
And
all the
then
time.
top 10.
Yeah, we
Which-
talk about clients.
We talk about the clients, which I think is so important
Yep.
because that's kind of where I come in a little bit more
Yep.
because I'll say, did you talk to them about this? What's your problem? How can we help them? So I also wanted to talk to you guys about the fact of our new space.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Very
So
excited.
our building did flood. If you haven't heard, we mentioned that. So we had a hot water heater come through the ceiling on the second floor, all the way down to the first floor of Coldwell Banker. It was not our fault.
We really like waterfalls here.
Thank goodness it
Don't
wasn't our
go
fault.
change.
So we've been under construction. We're kind of back together. In the meantime, we are moving into a beautiful new space in the same building, which I'm really excited about. We'll all be in one room. Well, not one room.
We're
Thank God.
together in
Currently,
one section of the office.
Yes.
But
Currently, we run up and down the stairs all day because we have
I fe-
a downstairs suite and a couple upstairs suites. So
Yes. So now we're all going to be.
I'm always up here like, hey, is Karen downstairs?
She'll call me. She goes, "Are you here?" I'm like, "Yep, still here, just on the opposite side of the building." So that's being renovated. So we can't wait for everybody to see that. I really, it's very. People are like, "How many agents do you want to hire?"
100,000.
100,000 agents.
That's
no,
a
that's
lot.
that's a lot, and I
I
don't
don't
want
think
that.
I can manage that capacity.
Yes. So
Hire
yeah,
help.
Jamie is the trainer. I am your mentor. Ritchie has, given us his opinion of what the agents think, and I think that is very important. We are selective. Yeah, we want to make sure that you are going to love it here and that we're going to love having you here, which I think is very important. If you're an agent that's struggling, what do you think you should say to an agent that's struggling right now in the business? What's a word of
don't-
advice?
I would want to ask more questions of why they think, just telling them. I got to get to know them, but why they're struggling in this business is probably because of the constant changes. It's changing so much. And if you don't have a group or even the help from Tom Ferry, which we haven't mentioned, which is huge. We have a meeting every other week with Tom Ferry, and he gets advice from all over the United States on what to do and how to be different.
The coaching.
From there. And, some agents just don't have that extra, nudge of what to do. So, yeah, that's what I would say. You just need a little bit of, be on the edge,
Yeah,
advanced
above
edge,
the edge.
edge.
No,
I agree with you.
Cutting edge.
Cutting edge.
of
I
it.
completely agree with you. I think
Yeah.
a big part of it is market, right? So understanding the market conditions, knowing how to properly coach your clients on what has to be done to win offers.
Yep.
Knowing how to properly speak to someone about all the changes with buyer's agency, like all those are really market conditions of things that have changed, and someone that doesn't understand those or doesn't know how to properly explain them is really going to struggle in this market, I feel like.
So if you're an agent or a new agent and you hear something that interests you, we'd love to have a future conversation with you about why you should join a team, even if it's not KPG, even though we want you here. So thank you guys so much for joining Real Talk. We will talk soon, and have a great day.